from the mailbag where we answer your questions, where you can comment below and we'll answer them and stuff. And like we have chats and all that. As you can see, we're moving this to Saturday because we're missing someone. Normally sits here. His name's Rob. He's useless. He's feeling about as good as Kit Simons' managerial quality at the moment. So we have to move this to Saturday, unfortunately. I'm joined by Connor Kelly.
Hello, Rob Palmer. How are you?
All right. Yeah, I'm not too bad. We'll dive right into it, I guess, will we?
Questions.
So yeah, questions.
Lovely question.
First question from Kieran182, who's might as well be part of the podcast at this stage. And his reply to last week's video about the whole least favourite managers video he put up, and he goes, I describe Dalglish as paro, always hunched over, never gazing, looking or staring but peering at everything like an insurgent or a Kafka character. Adidas should have added a cape to his sideline attire. It would have fitted greatly as opposed to those Carling sponsored coats that swallowed them up. Maybe that was the reason why he was tetchy, constantly under the threat of being eaten by his jacket. I do dislike Tim Sherwood more, even though he's only been with us for a short amount of time. He has such a grating personality. Twatty hair, I disagree. His hair is great. A man of that vintage with such a full head of hair, come on. And those bloody gilets. He'd be a great addition to X on the beach. When he's sacked by Villa and has no win ratio, when there's no win ratio bullshit to hide behind, his previous job in Superdry will always be there. And then he goes on to ask us an actual question.
So accurate.
It's spot on. My knowledge on the FAI isn't very good at all. And when you talk about the intricacies of the organisation, I find it interesting. However, regarding money, if there is to be a restructuring of the system, would money not be an important factor in helping to do so?
Probably not, because of the folks in charge at the FAI.
I completely agree.
Put it bluntly. Money would clearly help them to use and focus on certain areas that need to be improved. But at the end of the day, and everything Irish, money normally goes into the pockets of those higher up the food chain.
Look at Irish Bank. They've not done too well.
Yeah.
But
I think Irish Bank can mirror the whole of Irish society.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on, to be fair. But I think I can see where you're coming from, Kieran, with the whole injecting money into the FAI. But I think the thing about it is that if you're going to put money into an organisation that is run so fiscally badly, it's like it'll just disappear. As Rob said last week on the Q&A, if you have an organisation that uses money already inefficiently, like for example the money from Euro 2012 that vanished, like we were supposed to get, like we were supposed to pay off Viva with that money.
It was quite a windfall anyway.
Yeah, it was a lot of money, and where's that gone? Like, I mean, it's definitely not gone into grassroots football. It's not gone into paying off the stadium because it's still not paid off. It's the only place you can look that it's gone is John Delaney's back pocket and his mates for like the prawn sandwiches and all that crack that have points for the lads. Yeah, points for the lads.
We've a two-legged playoff to come with a trip to Bosnia. Yeah. So I'm sure John Delaney will be searching out the infamous nightlife of Bosnia.
He's such a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Just, I
nothing will change as long as
nothing will change. Exactly. Like I can understand what you're saying in terms of would more money solve the problem. More money would solve the problem if there was different people in charge. But at the moment, with the current system that's in place, more money just means more money going to John Delaney, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you think the same as well.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fair assumption to make.
Yeah, and it's sad because Ireland has such. I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here, but Ireland has such a hunger for the game. Like, I mean, you look, us 5 lads starting up a podcast, buying our own equipment, talking about football. For people like you to listen to, like, I'm assuming you're Irish because you said you were in Artane with the Tesco thing, and it's just so sad when like you see an organisation that could have so much potential being completely wasted by the buffoons that are in charge, and it's tragic. Like, it really is tragic.
It is. We
could be up there with Iceland and. In my eyes, Croatia, because we've got such an appetite for the sport, but because the money's spent badly, it doesn't happen, and that annoys me beyond all recognition. That's why I don't support the national team. If anybody's wondering, breathe,
relax. Let's move on.
And now we'll move on to another one. Yeah, Griley. He's also becoming a regular. I'm going to say Griley because you've given me permission to, and I think that's better than G Riley because you kind of remind me of a Gears of War character when I say that. And so what he says is, thanks for answering the question, lads. Just to be clear, I get Griley or G Riley, so take your pick. Griley. Another championship-based question for you. Who do you think will get promoted this season? Now, for me, what I have down is I have, for the automatic promotion spots, I've got Middlesbrough and Reading. because I think
Reading.
Brighton are a bit squiffy, to be honest. They're like, and also I don't particularly like them, to be honest with you. Like,
Come on, Brighton have the greatest centre forward that England never had. Well, they did have
Bobby,
briefly.
don't they?
Bobby Zamora.
Bobby Zamora,
The return of the prodigal son.
my
Bobby
Christ.
Zamora, the man who was produced by that youth system, and he's out of the goodness of his heart, and his bank balance.
I think the word
returned
before
to-
Connor is proper football
yeah,
man.
proper football man has returned home to the club that gave birth to him
Yeah, it's
as a
just-
football player
Why?
and a man.
Why?
And that's why, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think Brighton will go up automatically because I think they'll tail away at the end of the season because they literally always do.
Yeah.
And I think Middlesbrough will go up because they came so close for last season, playoff final.
Yeah.
So close, and I don't think Aitor Karanka will take any shit this time around. And I think the squad has learned from that as a whole, and they won't let it happen again. Simple as that. And then Reading, I just like Reading, and they're doing pretty well. I mean, I think they're fourth at the moment. I think they're either third or fourth anyway in the championship, and they're plodding along well. I mean, they play nice brand of football. I mean, like they attack your wingers.
They always have.
They always have.
in
Yeah,
fairness.
exactly. That's the Reading way, if you want.
Yeah.
Like, but
When Reading played in the Premier League, they were always an entertaining side to watch. Not always reliable in terms of results, but they played some nice ball. I think Middlesbrough are almost certainty to go up. I know it's very early in the season to make such assumptions, but
like, I mean, it should be said that
Yeah.
currently Brighton are top, unbeaten. They haven't lost. Middlesbrough are second, I think, on goal difference from Reading. Yeah, so yeah, that's right. And both Middlesbrough and Reading have already lost 2.
yeah,
But I think Brighton are a side who start well and then finish poorly. Basically the opposite of Everton and Arsenal.
they
It's-
fade.
They fade, exactly. They start off, they get out of the blocks quickly and then they fade. And I think that's tragic. But then I've got for my playoffs, if you don't mind me rambling on a bit. For my playoffs, I got Brighton, obviously. I've got Derby, who under Paul Clement, who I think.
Excellent, yeah.
Burnley, because I think they still have Sean Dyche, best manager in the championship for me. And then I think a surprise shout might be Wolves, who are currently 11th. I think they've got the players there on an individual level to get them up, to get them up from
they have
the playoffs.
Even the side that was relegated to League One, it was still pretty much a championship side. Like, you know, they weren't. And there was a lot of players who had played in the Premier League. So
Yeah, that was a bizarre situation because they'd hired, I can't remember the name of the fella now who they've hired. They hired at the start of the season who was supposed to change the style at Wolves, but ultimately it didn't work. They gave him 6 months and they sacked him, and they brought in someone who wanted to revert the style back to 4-4-2, lump the ball up the pitch, and it ended up just being an absolutely dreadful time for Wolves fans. I'm sure anybody out there will probably agree, but I think they are back. I mean, they've got Bakary Sacco there,
yeah.
or have they?
Sacco. Oh, is he not back?
Oh, yeah, he's gone. I think maybe he's gone to Watford. But I still think that Wolves have a core squad there who are settled, and they have become. Oh, this is going to sound dreadful, but they're more used to winning than the side that were in the championship the last time around.
There isn't. Yeah, I think that definitely comes in as a factor. The side who, if a side gets promoted, keep the guts of their side together, and they have a culture of winning for a season. Like it does help. I think it could be. I'm not sure for playoff wise in terms of who would go up through the playoffs. I think there's every chance that you could have one of the sides that have been relegated in the last couple of years will make a late charge, because that's definitely become synonymous with the championship in the last couple of years. That I think the parachute payments that sides relegated from the Premier League receive is starting to pay dividends like for those clubs, because it does give them a huge advantage. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know, maybe even like a late season charge from like a Wigan or something. But
Wigan are in League One.
oh yeah, sorry, not Wigan.
Not QPR anyway.
I was gonna say QPR if
Definitely not
they
QPR.
sack
They sack Chris Ramsey,
they sack Chris Ramsey, but
I think if they sack Chris Ramsey, Les Ferdinand is going to take over. So.
that takes that's not a positive. That would not be a positive situation. Although,
Wait till turnover graph.
yeah,
Straight down.
the Jalek lad one could be out of a
Oh,
job.
could you
soon,
imagine?
So he did. He just wants to.
No. Was it not? He went for the QPR job when they were in the Premier League,
Yeah.
but he didn't feel wanted.
Yeah.
Wasn't that it? He's
I'm sure he'll feel wanted when
he'll feel
he's
wanted
been
when
dumped. He's been dumped by
he's been dumped by
the Aston Villa machine. So yeah, I don't know. I do think if QPR could somehow get a decent manager in before January and then give him. I was going to say some more money, but they spend so much money. They don't need any more money. Like,
you see, the thing about QPR is they'll always be a fashionable option to go to because they're in London.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And as terrible a club as they are, sorry, it's true.
It is true.
Like, as terrible a club as they are, they'll always be able to attract decent names because they're in London. And, like, who wouldn't want to manage a football club in London, or who wouldn't want to play football in London?
To finish this point off.
Yeah.
Another London club who definitely won't be promoted is Fulham.
No.
Because they're Fulham.
And they've got kids on it.
Yeah.
It just won't work.
And Clint Dempsey played for them.
Clint Dempsey played for them, who's crap.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're saying that tongue in cheek, he's not. We only say it because we can and Rob's not here. But let's wrap.
I think so.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, if you enjoyed the video, give us a like. It helps out a lot. If you want your question or comment read out on next week's edition of From the Mailbag, comment in the section below and we'll read it out. We'll answer it. We'll abuse you. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll be nice. It doesn't matter. So that's all we've got time for. See you next week.